tallies up the entire other squads. And survival state starts off. We end up seeing an Indian Booyah to start things off. SAT will then follow up. Tag follow up. Back to back. A lot of cascading things happening. And Neptune, you mentioned, out of the 10 games we had, 5 ended up going to India.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a lot that has been brought in by India right now. And this is a real surprise. It's not only the teams, it's not only viewers out there, even the talents. Because at some point, they were introduced right here, and there's very little expectation. But now, this is where those were broken. There's a lot of challenges that they face. And again, group stages, like not so much of points. But when they went into survival stage, that's when they dominated. Didn't even expect this kind of numbers out of teams. 40% for both Team APEX Gaming as well as SAUL to be able to get to the top 3. And like judging from the teams that were part of survival stage, that was not easy.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't easy. And I think most importantly, I don't know what it is, the mentality, right? Coming into day number 2. I remember AJ was saying, hey, even if you get one Indian team up there, it's already really good. Well, lo and behold, we have 2 onto the big stage. And most importantly, the consistency that came in during the survival stage, during the elimination day as well, was shocking. It was night and day. I'm not too sure what happened the night before. I'm not too sure what they talked about. I'm not too sure what the coaches were happening. And this is where, this is where I think everyone's getting very, very cautious, because no team should be looked down upon. No team should be underestimated. And in this situation today, everything is up in the air.
Yeah, everything is going to be earned. That's the status of our grand stage now. But talking about this, there is one team that I'm pretty sure upset majority of the Southeast Asian teams who wanted to be here in the grand finals yesterday in survival stage. That is none other than Lion. They roared yesterday. Their name completely glittering and golden rays of sun.
Yes!
They took the stage up on a storm, and now they are here. Yes, the other giants are still here, but they are one to look out for.
Yeah, speaking of Lion, I mean, since we're going to start this first map, look at the numbers. They are the ones on top. They get one Booyah out of this, and they total 75 every time, or for all the games that they played in Solara. So I'm really looking forward to this, and we talked about this. This is one of the newest maps in Free Fire right now, and there's still a lot of challenges being encountered by the team. So those who really make the adjustment and study this hard, it has a good chance of grabbing that Booyah.
Yeah, I think if anything's up in the air right now, we talked a little bit about what it means today as you go into the game, right? Because again, the drop spots are going to be swapping. We didn't have the teams that wait all the way to grand finals yesterday as well. So yesterday was a battle of just trying to survive. Today is a battle of going up against the giants. After all, those names that made it all the way here today had one day rest, had some time to dissect the rotations, the drops, the strats, and everything else in between. But my question is, can they, I would say, overcome the high and momentum that some of these teams had coming in from yesterday itself from survival stage?
Right now, having the high is going to be Fluxo. We've been seeing from the very beginning.
Oh, yeah.
They've been highly in terms of their roaring noise that we've been looking forward to cheering for Fluxo W7M. Right as now, Solara has started off Team APEX Gaming and Lion. They fight it out at Eco Drain.
This is what we're talking about. Lion would be the greatest threat out of India right now, because Team APEX Gaming is facing them in Eco Drain. And, well, it's a good thing that KD God does have elevation, does have information. But the only question, though, is who is going to push? Because Joker might have a good chance right now, but not a great weapon to use in those battles.
Here they come right now. Joker waiting in the wings. He's been good with his fights and managing to steal away one more, saving his teammate as well in that process. Still healthy as a 4. The shots are good. And the Lions are going completely nuclear right now. 2 in the bag.
We spoke about them roaring, and they are not stopping. Wolverine in trouble right now. Games King surrounding him, trying to take a trip down the pipe, but it's not going to work out. Joker is also on the other end. That's going to be 3 big eliminations. Eco Drain completely drained out of Team APEX Gaming.
But that's one thing, and despite of all the engagement that's happening, seems like KD God did manage to pull away, and he is going just in the middle of the studio. But on the other side, we're also seeing SAUL. Troll has been taken down, but Jack right now trying to defend themselves against Twisted Mind, but you know how twisted they can be. Nord is just ignoring them, and FB5 trying to eliminate.
It's just nasty how these these shots are coming through here because Twisted Minds losing their players one by one. Bunny comes close, separated from Nor, but the crossfire is too much to deal with. The Bats also will fall next.
Twisted Minds, they tried to go for a challenge, it did not work out. AT EWC26, we were talking about this, their mentality of just going in for those hits, eliminations, that's all in front of their mind, not who they're challenging. And something similar, Buriram United Esports just ended up getting 4 eliminations, almost about to eliminate a whole squad, but that did not happen. But they also need their title. Husky was mentioning the one title that they need in their cabinet is EWC.
Oh yeah, let's see though, because they have been going for the hub drop for so many times already when it comes to this map, and I was just surprised that someone is really challenging them. But going back to challenge, earlier it was Lion taking down Team Apex Gaming. Now it is Fluxo who's trying to beat them down, and there goes Joker, not really joking around, but let's see if they'll be able to fight back.
This area is so hot right now because on top of Fluxo, we also have AGL here too. Della barely alive, waiting in the wings, hoping that Fluxo will move away, but they have marked the heck out of him as well.
Ooh.
A lot of pressure, a lot of util coming to him, and finally knocked down as well. There we go, Bobs will find him in the end, but AGL wants to challenge this phase.
Oh, here comes a new challenger, AGL right now, and this just looks like a good storyline because everyone is going into Eco Drain, and if you lose this, everything will go down the drain.
It will indeed. Fluxo, they want to make sure that they're the ones who are on top of this. They're the ones who pull that key lever and take AGL if possible. But AGL, they're quick on this. They're on their heels, see the slide rails, and decide to get out. They don't want this early engagement. We've been talking about AGL haven't found their title yet. They've been striving for it. They tried to get closer, but right now, it seemed like it was a distraction. He knocks the player, will try to get a confirmation, but right now Fluxo not giving it, but still he will secure Butzin's elimination.
It's nice seeing this. Dio was barely alive right now, managing to go for that reset, and they can just bide their time. Wasn't aware that Fluxo would be able to answer back, and they're looking good. Yeah, Butzin's out, but they're going to be able to bring him back into the game, and there you go, so quickly. The only team right now that is currently down and out, at least with only one player left, is Made in Brazil lost, and for the rest of the team, rotations could come in from a different side here, but I think for Fluxo, finding Dio might be key. Spots him out, sees him, but over on this side here, RRQ did cross paths with Yago and somehow survived. No! Gets him in the end, and Lost wasn't able to survive for as long as he wanted.
You spoke too soon, Cash, and now RQ will be getting that 4 elimination to their side, but there's another one that is just waiting in the shadows. It's Team Falcons right now. And this has been one of the rivalries that has been happening in Southeast Asia. But Team Falcons, you know how their signature is. They won't be going in carelessly. They want to get information out of teams right now. And even RQ might be able to be caught off guard, but they are just waiting. Look at the discipline out of Team Falcons.
Information's gotten. Maal finds the opening. Keroro is done for. That is what RRQ want. A strong start. Nero's plushie being used. P9 trouble. Position revealed. He'll also be taken down. At the pair and more on fire. He tries to pull up the chrono, but for how long will he survive? Surrounded by 3 players from RRQ, and RRQ gets 7 total eliminations and trouble the reigning club champions.
How is this happening? When we saw the Falcons throughout the entirety of this week, they were the ones hunting, they were the ones taking up that space and winning, but now silence.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he needs silence right now, though he doesn't have the stealth bites to pull away. Does have the Skylar, the Riptide Rhythm, but I'm surprised they didn't use that to at least save their teammates because they were covered in blue walls right there, and he does have an angle take when it comes to the snipe. But I guess priority is to bring back the teammates. Once one goes down, you always go for the vending machine.
The starting always for Falcons has been similar like this. The story, unfortunate for them. But right now, a change in Lions' favor right now. Twisted Minds, we saw them suffering a little because of Buriram United, but now they change and turn the tides. Twisted Minds, this is a team that everybody did not have much expectations on, but they were the ones who made it at the top in Group B. And now, Diamond, the last man, will have to make a quick run, try to go in for a revive. But when we talk about the revive, look at the circle. It's made a revive of a battle as it's moved completely north.
Yeah, this hard shift's got to be crazy. The southern side there, the shift, I would call it the Great Migration, is about to be insane. It's about to be bloody as well. And speaking of bloody, the Perang Serumput about to happen.
Well, let's see. This is a replay from where RRQ did manage to take down a few, or if not a lot, of players out of Lost. Now, as we look back into RRQ, it's Twisted Mind, and they are challenging as well. Pina just got revived, but seems like they are still on no elimination streak.
RRQ have lost ducks. They might have gotten the 8th elimination. Rans is in trouble. Riptide Rhythm. Chrono being pulled down. What a shot on the ACAT. Puts Diamond down instantly. And Twisted Minds thought they might be up on the battle because of number disadvantage. And now RRQ is getting closer. Diamond's confirmation comes through. But the boss, he decides that the revive's important rather than an exchange of a battle.
Here we go there. Twisted Minds managing to find a bit more space to work with. Don't want to overstep because RRQ does have a bit more space to work with. They have no clue where the crossfires are coming through here. Sees one shot coming through here. One of his teammates does get picked up by Abe, but they're not done. The knock comes through, and here comes that collapse. Gonna drain down that utility, but nothing really set in stone. Gets one. Twisted Minds getting dropped one by one, but Abe will fall in return. Both teams suffering heavy losses. Wasn't taking into account of the crossfire and the later rotation coming in for Twisted Minds, but Maal answers back. Abe will not be able to be saved here.
That Riptide Rhythm was deadly. If it wasn't for the time turner, they could have fallen already. Let's see though, because Twisted Mind, despite of all the elimination, it's RRQ who has the most on the numbers. But who's coming in to join the party? It is Team Lion roaring right now against these two teams.
Jella has already found the opening. Diamond's down as well now. Joker gets that confirmation instantly, and whatever Twisted Minds did is all put to rest.
Both teams are left with one, RRQ and Twisted Mind, and that's when they need to move. Because even before that battle ended, the zone is already moved away from them. There's a lot of travesty that might be happening right now because there's still a lot of teams waiting into the next foe.
And speaking about waiting here, Buriram United, as usual, quiet in that early game. But somehow, they've already gotten 5 eliminations here. TAG waiting in the wings. They need to take this fight to be able to get, they will take the fight to keep Buriram United away from their compound. Not happening quite yet. And now Wasana with the sprays on top side. Bit of chip damage, but that's not more than that he can do.
Chrono being used by Team Apex Gaming. They will survive this, but there's Jonah and the shield gun peppering them one after another. Jonah gets a double as well as he puts 2 of the players down. Wasana wants the confirmation, is not letting them go. Along with Jonah, 2 players from Team Apex Gaming are put to rest, and Wasana wants to take this battle even closer.
Well, most people say don't go chasing waterfalls, but Buriram United is chasing them away from this area, and now they might be able to get in onto the next phase of Circle. But there's a lot of teams who has been forced into the north right now, and we know that they're very near to Riders Club, and we'll have to find out though, there's a lot of contention that will be happening, especially for Team Falcons, who uses that as their drop. But going back to Buriram United, the battle's not yet over between them and Team MAXx Gaming. Wolven being shot at with a quick scope from Jonah.
He just got dropped, and now even Sailjan. Jonah is looking unstoppable with his Scar 98K. That is 9 total eliminations, and Jonah has 7 of it. He has taken 7 of the eliminations, and Team Apex Gaming still stuck in the same compound. What does KD God and Shoto do to make it through from here?
At this point, just wait. What can you do? You don't want to take this fight. You want to be able to survive and go for that reset here. But as for Buriram United, are they going to go hunting is the question. Might be. Decides to just move away from the area just for a little bit more time. Could cross paths to the players for Twisted Minds on the top side.
Well, let's see now in Buriram United, same strategy that they have been doing for the longest time. Don't go into the next phase of the circle just yet. Just wait into the edge until it collapses. But there's still a lot of problems that we need to face later on. And from what we're seeing for Team Falcons, they're holding their ground quite well. Despite them not getting elimination, they still have that high ground in Riders Club.
Lion, at least for the time being, safe keep. They activated Steffi. The painted refuge will protect them for the time being. But now they have to get closer. Falcon shots, they've not connected as best as they would have wanted, and the start has also not been great. However, an answer back is something that we spoke about. Tag have somehow found something. But Lion, their challenge and their entry, and they find a player from Twisted Minds somewhere in the scarce.
You know what's really crazy looking at Lion right now? They're able to not only take this fight, but even throw bodies as a 4. Evo's in trouble. Ray barely alive right now, taking a lot of damage. But Guacos, and now the lull and the wait. And speaking of lull and wait, here Fluxo, their members getting completely swarmed.
Oh, this is a battle that everyone has been waiting for. Brim and Island going against Fluxo. But we've seen Fluxo lose 2 of their players, and the jump is on. But the shift of the zone might force them to move away. MT7 as well as Gio right now just holding their ground. But Jonah with that stealth bites, using that Moors. A surprise hit might be done. And great timing for the combination of Wasana as well as Get High for that push and probably the elimination.
There's a counter. Gio for the timing, but doesn't work again. The shield gun coming through. And this time it's going to be Get High. And Buriram United Esports, they will be able to put a rest to that aggression. And with that, we also see AT Esports getting eliminated. A lot of losses, one after another, as Solara has very less space.
Yeah, not a lot of space, and everyone seems to have found a small part of that pie. But the Falcons, look at their positioning on the top of this building, and you've seen how much damage they can do with the snipers, with the long-range weapons. And most importantly, the ones on the bottom side here are going to have to compete for that space. Meanwhile, for Shoto in trouble, AGL putting that pressure onto him, and this guy has been the hero for this team, pulling them out from so many very, very dire situations. But in this situation, they can't do more than that! Because it's going to be Buriram United steals away the point, and AGAL not a lot of space to work with.
AGL, they have just a bus to protect themselves, but on the other end, Buriram, they have an entire compound. It seems like a farming land for themselves. 15 eliminations. This is game number 1. They're looking unstoppable. Riptide Rhythm, they want to break down AGL. Nothing's working. Flash freeze, Nate's being tossed. Riptide Rhythm again. AGL might get closer. Doesn't work. Varos is down. Cypher, Nameless, and you trying to close the distance. But AGL, their numbers have lost. 9 eliminations. Again, a player opening found was Sana. Might have been traded off by you. Nameless is doing with the Trojan. Moshi holding it off. And now Wasana also down. Moshi, the only one, and AGL somehow have changed this.
Well, a quick revival for Buriram United might be the saving grace for team of Buriram United. AGL did put up a great fight, but 2 is still at it. And he is going for that 1v2. Will he be able to survive? The answer is no. And they were going for a risky approach, especially in this phase 4 of the circle. That HP or that zone will be damaging their HP. And I don't know what could have been done at that point for AGAL, but Buriram United was just waiting for it. It's just unfortunate that they lost 2 of their players.
So Dinoculars used as well.